This is Galaxy coming to you with another StarCraft 2 commentary. This is on Lost Temple, and we do have the Terran player. This is Jimmy, spawning as the orange. What adjective can we think of to describe him? I think he's an orange, the orange telekinetic warrior in the bottom, and then we have dDoro as the purple dinosaur at the top. Yeah, purple dinosaur. Laggy, can someone leave? Okay, looks like Root Chef was lagging it up. And then dDoro says, I don't like, being a little bit defensive right there. Anyway, I don't know if we saw the GLHF, but we can assume that these players do mean well. Kiwi Kaki is apparently watching the game, and Kiwi, or Kiwi someone, wants to leave. Anyway, let's look in the game. A supply depot wall off. Not that common in TvP. You don't often see. It looks like Kiwikaki was watching the game, the famous Protoss from Australia, I believe. Anyway, we don't often see supply depots at the ramp of versus Protoss, because Immortals can come up here and just shoot this down really quickly, or even Stalkers can kind of shoot up the ramp. But we'll see if that comes into play later. I do not know. Gateway going down at the normal time for a Protoss player. And it looks like this probe will scout in the wrong position initially, and I'm looking for the scout of ThisisJimmy right now. I do see a refinery going down and nothing else at the moment. Looks like the orbital command should come up at around 15. That's a standard timing, and an assimilator going down for dDoro. Here we go. Now the scouting SCV is moving up to scout. Let's see, look at its path. It's going to scout here first, which is the wrong position, but you also want to scout the closest ground distance, so that you know if your opponent is rushing you with some kind of an all-in at the beginning, or is building an early barracks, spawning pool, or gateway. You want to know. So, like for example, if Protoss was here and he made like 2 gateways right in the beginning, earlier than normal, then let's see. Then yeah, you'd want to know about that. Looks like ThisisJimmy is still experiencing lag. Of course, he wants to win this game. This is a competitive arena, StarCraft 2 is, and I think this is a Craft Cup, and so this is, I think, a tournament as well. So anyway, the SCV will now scout the right position, and does look like dDoro does know where his opponent is right now. Okay, we do have 2 Marines going down there. First, I thought that they would be a fast expansion, but I'm wrong. And a factory, interesting placement, I think, up on the top of ThisisJimmy's base. If we look in the base of dDoro, it looks like a second assimilator down, so we may see a Stargate or early Colossus. There's really no other reason why you need so much gas early, but I do only see 1 probe in this assimilator, so he may have his own special build that involves the unit composition that he does like. You don't have to put all 3 guys in gas. You can choose to just put 2. Either that or it's a mistake, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, because the less gas you have, the more minerals you're getting, right? So you have to kind of balance it out to keep your minerals and gas low, which is the denotation of a good build. Anyway, back into the game. Looks like Bunker going down to solidify this wall off, which shows me that he does not actually want to expand at this moment. Bunker would have been placed here if he was thinking about expanding it anytime soon. We do have a second refinery and a starport, possibly because he's some Banshees, and 3 gateways for dDoro, and still no expansion. Warp gate technology is complete, and these gateways are going to morph into their gateway upgrade, and now we have a push going down, a 3 warp gate push for dDoro, and he will probably expand at the moment, because this is not a 4 warp gate push, so it's 3 warp gates and you have enough money to expand. I am just guessing. That's a little bit of a prediction. We'll see if I'm right or not. And we do have a push up the ramp, and it looks like this bunker is going to be saved because the SCVs are coming off the line, and this one stalker is going to go down. 2 units have gone down so far, and dDoro is now going to escape, although he is just going to kind of hang out here right now. And if we look at the minimap, we do have lots of pylons around the base of... Now I'm actually lagging. I'm not really sure why. Just have to wait a patient moment. dDoro does have pylons around his base to spot for Banshees, although his pylons are really only here. He may want to complete the vision surround by putting a couple pylons over here as well. and he is continuing with his push. Although more SCVs are coming to repair this, and I don't think he's going to be able to break up. Meanwhile, one zealot is getting shot down, and the stalker is getting shot down. Target firing the SCVs, putting force field down to block repair, and this early aggression, I'm not sure he's going to be able to really bust that well. Factory going up to scout, and it looks like we have a Banshee coming up in the base of dDoro. And the Banshee, did it get any kills? It got 0 kills. It was just getting shot by stalkers. Both players opting to stay on one base at this time. Let's look at the APM tab. Hovering around on 150 for both players. And the units lost, it looks like our friend Purple, or Root dDoro, Purple Dinosaur, has lost more units, more stalkers coming down, and it looks like he's going to try and continue the aggression. I think that if you had an Immortal, Immortals are great versus armored, and or Immortals are known to be great versus buildings. It may have helped a little bit with the. Let's back up. That was my mistake. I was thinking about Immortals, and meanwhile this Banshee was kicking butt. We all want to see Banshees kick butt, especially if you're Terran. You just want to see that versus if you're Terran and you don't like Protoss, you probably want to be seeing this. ThisisJimmy, this Banshee does have Cloak, and it looks like Cloak won the game for ThisisJimmy, winning with 1 Banshee. There is going to be a GG very soon. These probes are not really doing anything, and it looks like this is dDoro is going to try to break up another time, but I know it's not going to work. So. GG from Root dDoro. So there we go. That was an interesting game, and just my thoughts on this. dDoro had the right idea by having 3 warp gates, and often when you do a little push at the front and you build like a 3 warp gates instead of 4 warp gates, that told me that he wanted to expand, because 4 warp gate push is very powerful, and it's a 1 base play. 3 warp gate push is usually a little bit safer, but we do have the robo facility going down now. That was just for the Banshee. Now, if he had built a robo facility, then he would have had some observers out, and he would have been safe from this Banshee, and he could have had an Immortal too, which could have shot down these buildings much more effectively. I like how the force fields were here, but I question why he was shooting the bunker, considering the bunker has 400 health. Well, I guess the supply depot has 400 health also, but the bunker's a little bit farther up and is a little bit of a bigger structure. He could have blocked off the supply depot much better with 2 force fields instead of, because you can see that this bunker is not totally blocked out with force fields. I think maybe the supply depot would have been a better choice, but at least try something different if it's not working the first time. But anyway, this was a Galaxy Cast. Thanks for watching, and sayonara.